Hallo, ik ben Arjan en welkom bij een eerste indruk van Dungeons 2. Een strategy game. En zoals een aantal van jullie wel weten is dit niet mijn sterkste punt. Ik ben niet zo goed met strategy. Ik vind het leuk om dingen op te bouwen, maar als ik dan op meerdere fronten tegelijk word aangevallen, dan raak ik altijd een klein beetje in paniek. Maar wat deze game trekt voor mij, dat is dat het een ode is aan Dungeon Keeper. En die game heb ik vroeger echt best wel veel gespeeld. Ik was er niet goed in, maar ik heb het wel veel gespeeld. Daarin speel je een ultieme bad guy, een soort demon die allerlei kwade krachten moet aanwenden om een duistere kerker te maken. En dat schijn je in Dungeons 2 ook te zijn. En ik heb hem gekocht in een Humble Bundle een keer, een paar weken geleden. En erg benieuwd, dus we gaan het gewoon proberen. We beginnen met een singleplayer en ik hoop maar dat ik er door de tutorial een beetje doorheen geholpen word. We beginnen met een campaign.
It was time. The troops of the absolute evil had driven the Alliance back to their capital, King's Ending. The time for the final battle had arrived. Prepare to destroy the Alliance, and with it all good in the land once and for all.
Kijk, en wij zijn dus The Absolute Evil. Tenminste, de troepen van The Absolute Evil. Goed, we gaan het proberen. The Battle for King's Ending.
Once upon a time there was a kingdom full of flowers and rainbows, where the sun shone all the time and there was loads of that goody-goody, lovey-dovey good people stuff going on. There, the alliance of abominably good people lived in unearned wealth and prosperity. But there was a path leading to a different place there. At the end of this path was a rock. There was a cave carved in this rock in which the absolute evil lived. It wasn't a grubby, damp cave smelling of muck and mildew, but a deep, dark dungeon, so dark that even darkness itself was afraid of it. It was home to numerous innocent monsters, who enjoyed a happy, contented existence, living in complete harmony with their environment. But time and again, the sickening, sweet-smelling good visited this underworld in search of treasure and experience points. Many monsters found this to be the death of them, but much worse, the absolute evil's treasures were being stolen. One day, just as a few more heroes had finished plundering its dungeon, the absolute evil decided it had had enough, and decided to do something new, something quite monstrous. Go to the surface. The Alliance tried to resist, but the approaching horde just flowed over them like an angry wave of axes, teeth, and bad breath. After numerous unrelenting battles, the absolute evil finally stood before the Alliance's capital, King's Ending. After countless battles, the forces of the absolute evil reached the Alliance capital, King's Ending. The laughable remnants of the forces of good had come here to make ready for the final battle. Evil would pay a high price indeed to storm those fortress walls, or so they thought. Suddenly, a rumble rose from deep within the earth. Stones burst asunder, revealing an ancient path into the depths. Out of the depths of Stygian darkness arises the invincible evil. With earth-shaking steps, the unstoppable evil began its trek towards the front. In the terribly improbable event that it may have forgotten how that works, a formidable help function has been provided.
Een formidable help function. Hier hebben we hem. Selecting a moving unit. Select the unit by left-clicking it. And alternatively by holding down the left mouse button and drawing a box around it. Now right-click on the desired location. Oké, prima. Dat gaan we doen. Wij klikken op hem. En we gaan met rechts hier naartoe. Die konijntjes die lazeren gewoon dood neer. Ja, dat is natuurlijk niet oké. Kijk eens, lief konijntje. Hier is de absolute evil.
The presence of the absolute evil was also reflected in the land itself. Grass withered, and in places the ground tore open to reveal bubbling lava.
Echt leuk dit.
Even the forest Darkness could not withstand the aura of the ultimate evil, and beat a hasty retreat.
The ultimate evil. Echt een bad guy dit dus.
A few of the Alliance units had entrenched themselves here. A determined absolute evil marched towards them in order to strike them down with its mighty weapon.
Oké, wat hebben we hier? Attack hostile unit. When you have selected one or more units, you can attack an opponent by right-clicking on it. Oké. Oké, dus wij kiezen hem en we vallen hem aan. Bijvoorbeeld. Cool. Wat ligt daar? Jump to event? Nee, ik wil even hier naartoe. Oh, kijk nou.
The absolute evil had discovered a medal. These legendary awards ensured a creature could be made even more powerful. If only one done, the creature could only wear one at a time. Eyes ablaze with greed, the insidious evil gazed upon the blood-drenched battlefield. Here the last defenders of good would die, and an age of evil begin.
Oké, ik moet die gast gewoon aanvallen.
Projectiles from the Alliance's catapults darkened the sky, but the Horde's fighting skills were at their best in darkness, if they survived.
Oké. Wat is hier? Spawner buildings. Kijk eens aan. At regular intervals, heroes march out of the Alliance buildings with illuminated entrances and head directly towards your dungeon. Oké, dus deze blijft gewoon doorgaan als ik er niet wat aan doe.
Nothing and no one could stop the invincible evil.
Nou, focus, loop dit. We gaan erheen, hè? We gaan die spawner mollen. Dit ding ook. Wat heb ik hier? Attacks. Heb ik hem nu gesloten? Ik heb hem nu gesloten. Nu alleen die nog even kapot. En die. Dit mannetje.
The forces of good never had a chance against the absolute evil. The absolute evil destroyed the defenders' camp in the east with the greatest of ease.
Juist.
Now, only one tiny camp offers any resistance to the absurdly evil evil. And that won't be able to hold out.
The absurdly evil evil.
And the took yet another hero to the slaughtering block.
Oké, we gaan naar het oostelijke kamp. En deze moet kapot. Wat is dit dan? Nee, dat is niks. Ga die wel kapot maken, ja. Zo, we worden even gebombardeerd. Want die moet eerst even stuk. En dan deze. En dan die.
Absolute evil destroyed the defenders' camp in the west with the greatest of ease. The defenders in front of the city had been beaten to a pulp and defeated. Now the time had come to attack King's Ending, the final battle beckoned.
Ik zie steeds +2 boven mijn hoofd staan. Dat komt zeker door die medaille die ik heb. Maar waar staat die dan? Want ik heb een medaille opgepakt. En ik zie niet precies waar dat staat. The Ultimate Evil. Maar waar zie ik... Wat is dat? Armor? Speed? Energy?
But what's this? The wicked evil was hesitating, rather than taking the fastest route to the city gate. Did it want to keep the defenders shaking in their boots with fear?
Ik doe er te lang over blijkbaar. Ik wil even kijken waar die medaille zit die ik heb opgepakt. Nou ja, anyway, laten we maar naar de stad lopen dan. We gaan hier naartoe. Ultimate Evil. Kijk, hier is het allemaal nog mooi. Maar niet voor lang. Kijk.
The city gate was firmly barricaded by the Alliance's archers, but the absolute evil would not allow itself to be held up by such a ridiculous impediment. So, go get them! Destroy them now! Oh yes, sorry, stay in character. The absolute evil used its all-powerful magic to eliminate the archers and open the gate to the city.
Using skills. Units may have one or more active skills. Of units may have one or more active skills. That can be selected via the action window. Select the prime evil. Dat is dus die, dat is E. Have a look at the action window on the bottom right. Find out more about skills. Or simply try them out. Nou, laten we het even proberen. Spike wave. En die moeten we daar loslaten op deze gasten. Maar dat wil nog niet. Want we zijn niet dicht genoeg in de buurt. Nog een keer.
Using its legend, wait for it, dairy powers. The absolute evil destroyed the impediment with ease and simultaneously eliminated a whole group of defenders. True story. The road to the capital was now clear. The absolute evil did not hesitate for even 1 nanosecond.
Zullen we even stilstaan? Even wachten? Even 1 nanoseconde twijfelen?
Actually, the cowardly evil did hesitate. What would await it in the city? Would its lousy defenders, which it previously had managed to slay in droves, suddenly come up with something more serious?
Nou, we gaan die kant op. Dus wij gaan daar naartoe. En vervolgens gaan wij met E deze gasten eventjes hoppa pakken. En vervolgens die hut kapot maken. Anders blijft het gewoon spawnen.
The insidious evil entered King's Entrance. A small, pitiful group of defenders stood in its way. Suddenly, the doors of several houses in the city opened, and with a loud roar, defenders bore down on the rather surprised evil. An ambush.
Deze moet ook kapot, hè? Oh, dit moet kapot. Jij moet dit even slopen. Het ziet eruit als iets wat... Juist, precies. En dit ook nog. Oké, hup, die moet ook kapot. Evil. Ja, maak dit ook kapot. Juist.
The invincible evil had crushed the defenders. King's Ending had been defeated. At least, that's what it thought. Suddenly, the final heroes of the Alliance emerged from nowhere. Another ambush? Now, this was becoming very boring. But wait, this time it was different. Instead, the heroes raised their hands and started singing an incomprehensible chant. A magical ritual? This did not bode well. Well, actually, it bode the arrival of good things, great things, unless you happen to be the absolute evil.
En victory! Cool, we gaan door.
Somewhere in the depths of the dungeon, the ultimate evil awoke. It did not know what had happened, nor why it had awoken, but it longed for revenge.
A new hope. Here we go.
The last remaining heroes of the country joined forces and cast a powerful banishment spell. The absolute evil disappeared from sight with a threatening gesture, and a faint whispered, "I'll be there," could be heard coming from its lips. The absolute evil had been banished, and its essence shattered into several pieces. Its reign of terror had ended. The good people of the overworld rejoiced, and an era of peace began for the Alliance. The evil creatures were driven back into the underground, doomed to serve as cannon fodder for pleasure-seeking adventurers. Meanwhile, secreted away in the world's most inaccessible places, the last remains of the absolute evil were resting, never again to see the light of the overworld. Until today, that is. Somewhere deep under the earth, the ultimate evil awoke. And the hand of terror arose, controlled by the ultimate evil.
The hand of terror?
Come on, hand of terror, arise, damn you! Methinks that exploring the surrounding area would be a sensible strategy. However, to do this, light would be required. Still not bright enough. An old throne room was revealed by the light. The circumstances remained a mystery. The hand of terror flew through the throne room, following each and every thought the ultimate evil had.
Maar daar zit hij.
After a few flying sessions, the ultimate evil was able to control the hand with ease. The time had come to call forth creatures who were completely devoted to it and would do its dirty work. Little snots were the dregs of each and every dungeon and spent their time taking care of it. The expansion-mad evil hired one snot on the spot.
Die stem doet me echt denken aan de Stanley Parable, zeg maar. We moeten een little snot huren. Trouwens, in de video zag ik ook de One Ring, volgens mij, van Lord of the Rings even voorbij komen. Maar goed. Hire little snot. Even kijken. Dit is echt Dungeon Keeper zoals ik het ken. Vroeger. Echt cool. Maar dan Dungeon Keeper. Hè? Dit is Dungeons. Het zal wel anders zijn. Hire little snot. First of all, select your throne room. Left clicking in the room. Now select hire little snot in the action window. Dus...
After very careful consideration, the ultimate evil now decided to recruit a little snot.
Ga ik doen. Ik tik hier op de kamer. En hier hebben we de throne room. En hier hebben we hire little snots. Oké, dat doen we.
The first little snot appeared. It was completely ready to work in the dungeon and to crawl in the dust before the ultimate evil. Little snots were important to the ultimate evil because they took care of many important little things, such as excavating new areas. The psionically gifted evil could sense the presence of something important that was buried to the south. It instructed its little snots to dig in that direction.
Ah, oké. Dus we gaan hem zeggen dat hij hier moet graven.
As quick as a fart, the little snot made his way to the marked position and began to dig.
Oké, hij is nu bezig.
Behold, the creatures of the overjoyed evil had apparently been much more industrious than it had thought. A great dungeon was revealed behind the wall. Everything was already in place. Doors, traps, a well-filled treasury. Oh wait, treasury? And where, if you please, is this treasury? Oh well. One can't expect too much of these mindless little snots. First of all, some gold had to be dug out to make space for a treasury to be created. The hand of terror swiftly marked a few small gold veins, so that the little snots could excavate.
Oké, hij doet die. Kijk, en dan, juist, en dan tillen ze het geld op en dan brengen ze dan hier. En dat is mooi, want dan kan ik weer dingen van huren. Kan ik ook inzoomen? Ja, dat kan. Ik weet wat ik zo cool van een Dungeon Keeper, dat zal hier wel niet werken. Dat je dan kon je zeg maar hun overnemen, dan kon je kijken door hun ogen. Echt in die grot rondkijken. Maar we gaan het goud mijnen, dat wordt nu druk gedaan. Hier wordt ook gehakt, er is er eentje hier bezig. Nou, dat moet even gebeuren. Maar hier zit hij dus. De Primeval. En ik ben dus de Hand of Evil. Nou, er komt nog best wel veel af van dit goud. Ik vind het wel grappig, die dingetjes. En dit is volgens mij wat niet kapot gemaakt moet worden, want dan heb je volgens mij verloren. Zoiets was het. Maar gaat het dan nooit, raakt het nooit op? Vraag ik me af. Slijt dat wel? Oké, we hebben ook population points. Even an evil genius such as yourself can only control a certain number of creatures. This is shown by the population points at the top. Oh, ik kan er 15 hebben. If you have reached the maximum limit, you will not be able to hire any additional creatures unless you first dismiss one. En dan moet ik hem in de pit gooien hier. Dan raak ik er vanaf. Oké, maar we kunnen nu nog gewoon huren, want we hebben nog wel ruimte. Dus zolang ik nog de ruimte heb, huur ik ze gewoon. Dan krijgen we lekker wat goud binnen. Want blijkbaar gaat het gewoon vrolijk verder. Types of gold. You will come across two types of gold underground. Gold veins and rich gold veins. Okay, gold veins can be removed quickly, quite in the same way as normal walls, and provide you with a quick boost of gold for a short period of time. Rich gold veins last a longer period of time, but only provide a small amount of money each time. Oké, dus dit is rich gold veins en gold veins, denk ik. Juist. Oké, hebben we dat ook geleerd? Want nu gaan ze me allemaal aanbidden. Ik heb erop geklikt en nu gaan ze allemaal dit doen. Oké, jongens, nu moeten we even dit doen. Hup, even verder hakken. Stop hier eens mee. Je kan ze ook gewoon slaan, hè?
The dungeon of the expansion-mad evil grew and prospered, but unfortunately, it had reached the maximum possible population it could currently manage. Now a creature would have to be thrown into the bottomless pit before any others could be brought in.
Oké, volgens mij is er geen ruimte meer in mijn... Oh, dat is het. Het is gewoon vol hier, er is geen ruimte meer. Dus wat wij moeten doen is, wij moeten zo'n creature pakken, die droppen we hier. No!
The creature disappeared into the pit of uselessness with a long drawn and gradually diminishing This particular act of wickedness brought a smile to the face of the ultimate evil.
Oké, dat hebben we gedaan, maar we moeten nog steeds dat goud mijnen. Oké, ik markeer dit nu.
As soon as the gold vein was selected, a little snot immediately set out to mine valuable gold for the greedy evil.
Juist, kijk eens aan. Dat is even handig, hè. En dit gaat heel makkelijk kapot. Oké.
Once most of the gold had been mined, the Hand of Terror quickly created a treasury on the spot so that the precious metal could be safely stored.
Oké, we maken een treasury. Want het ligt nu allemaal hier, maar dat moeten we dus hier maken. Hoe doen we dat? We tikken op deze ruimte. Even kijken, wat doen we hier? Rooms. En een treasury willen we hebben. Build a treasury in which your little snots can hoard more treasure for you. Oké. Oh, dan kunnen we gewoon van deze ruimte maken zo. Zo.
The clever evil mastered this task with flying colors. From now on, little snots could use the treasury to store mined gold. It was then at the greedy evil's disposal whenever more rooms needed to be built or new creatures recruited. Little snots were all well and good, but were too weak and cowardly to defend the dungeon. Since it was not able to defend itself, the ultimate evil would have to hire some orcs. But they would require food. Liquid food. Well, beer to be precise. So the next important thing to build was a brewery. And that would require some space to be created. The ultimate evil had the feeling that its servants were not really putting their backs into the work. Might a hearty slap from the Hand of Terror change that?
Oké, maar we hebben dus een schatkamer hier. En we moeten nu een andere kamer erbij bouwen. Dus dit moeten we even markeren. Dit moet even kapot gehakt worden. Kijk, die gasten halen het nu allemaal mooi op en droppen het allemaal in de schatkamer. Ja, dat is fijn. En eentje gaat nu hakken hier. Hakt hij dan automatisch de hele kamer uit als hij hier doorheen beukt? Nee, dat doet hij niet. Dus we willen dit allemaal kapot hebben graag. Zo. Hopsakee. Lekker lopen die gasten. We hebben namelijk een brewery nodig. Ondertussen ziet hij dat er gehakt moet worden. Dat doet hij ook. De rest verplaatst nog even het goud. Ze hebben ook allemaal namen, hè? Sniffel, snor, snot. Snif, snoffer, snop, Shuff, snuffel. Geweldig. Ja, leuk dit, hé.
There was now an area cleared for the brewery site, and with quick finger snaps from the Hand of Terror, the room stood ready.
Oké. We hebben dus rooms, dan kunnen we een treasury maken. We hebben hier een production facility. Oh, we gaan even kijken hier. Whacking units. Oh kijk, we kunnen ze ook een klap geven. You can also whack your units with the Hand of Terror in order to motivate them to work faster and emphasize the priority of a particular task. The unit you whacked will work more effectively for a short period of time, but lose a little of its life force. To whack a unit, right-click on it. Nou, dat heb ik net al even geprobeerd. En dat is gemeen. Maar we zijn natuurlijk de ultimate evil. Hier hebben we de brewery. En we hebben hier nog een build a room tutorial. Oké. Note that production facilities generally require a work unit in order to function. To build a work unit, select the room and then the work unit in the action window. You will then be able to place it freely in the room. Oké, de brewery en die zetten we hier neer.
Excellent. But the recently built brewery lacked a brewing copper. With a sigh of resignation, the overworked evil set about taking care of that too.
Oké, we moeten hier nog wat neerzetten. Juist, kijk, klik hierop. En dan build a brew kettle. A brew kettle for making delicious beer to keep your hoard well supplied. En die kan ik hier gewoon neerzetten in deze ruimte. Hier voorin, achterin. Nou, ik zet hem hier neer zo. Hiervoor in de ruimte.
The hard-working evil effortlessly built a brewing copper so that delicious beer could be brewed as soon as possible. One of the little snots started working on the brewing copper. The nostalgic evil banished all thoughts of Oktoberfest and brass bands. Those would have to wait. More important tasks had to be completed first. Both beer and gold were now available in the dungeon, so it was time to hire some creatures to defend against greedy heroes or whatever else snuck around underground. At present, it was only simple orcs declaring undying loyalty to the ultimate evil. The rest of the horde was scattered to the winds.
Oké, we hebben orks nodig. Ik heb even zo'n gast nodig, die moet ik slaan. Ga ik doen.
Sadistic evil encouraged its creature to work a little faster, with a friendly but not at all gentle slap.
Dit hebben we gedaan en we moeten nu 5 orks huren. We kunnen er, even kijken, we hebben de orks. Hier hebben we orks. Dat kunnen we doen. Dan gaan we hier op deze ruimte klikken en dan zeggen we orks. Ik moet er 5 hebben, dus dat betekent dat ik 3 van die snots weg moet doen. Dus dat betekent dat jij hierin gaat, want ik kan er maar 15 kwijt. En jij hier ook in. Ik heb er nog eentje die weg kan. Mazzel. Zo, en nu gaan we orks huren.
Orcs were defensive close combat specialists, capable of dealing with many opponents. However, they were very vulnerable to ranged attacks.
Oké, nou dat is goed om te weten. Kijk, die gaat meteen naar de brewery. Wat gaat hij daar doen? Beetje Hannessen.
It's payday.
It's payday.
An eerie gong rang through the hall. It did not bode well for the ultimate evil's treasury stocks, for at each sounding of the gong, the creatures would collect their undeserved wages. However, there was little it could do about this, as it was chained to the throne. Thus, it had to give free rein to its servants' desires. For the time being, at least.
Oké, goed. We hebben de efficiency of rooms. We hebben de efficiency rating that show you how well work can be performed inside. You should try to ensure that the room is surrounded by walls as far as possible. And that they have ideally been upgraded. Oké. Oh, population points 2 kosten die orks. Dus ik moet veel meer van die gastjes wegdoen. Nou, dat is niet anders. Dat gaan we doen. Zo. Hop. Jij erin. Kan ik er nu weer eentje huren? Ja. Kijk, nu zit ik aan mijn maximale population points. En ik heb er 3, dus ik moet nog 4 van die kleintjes wegdoen. Helaas. 1, 2, 3 en 4. En nu kan ik 2 orks erbij huren.
Suddenly, one of the repellent evil's servants became very thirsty. This was typical of a troop member of the unanonymous alcoholics known as the Horde. The dipso made his way to the nearest brewery to quench his thirst. A thirsty orc arrived at the brewery. Eager and slavering, he started demolishing the alcohol-hoarding evil's stock of beer.
Welke? Welke doet het dan? Nog 1 ork.
One louse-infested orc crawled up from the depths and declared allegiance to the ultimate evil. The first step towards the creation of a powerful army had been taken. The profound evil had had enough of dungeon sightseeing and now wanted to move to the surface to try a dish that is best served cold. Revenge. Some Alliance members were bound to be guarding the entrance to the overworld. A fine appetizer for a vengeful evil.
Oké. Nou, ik heb de boel wat groter gegraven. Ik weet niet precies wat daar de functie van was. Maar het is allemaal wat groter nu, wat ruimer opgesteld. We moeten naar het zuiden graven. Laten we dat maar eens even doen. Dus dat betekent dat we hier naartoe moeten.
The nameless evil's creatures came upon a spider's nest during their search for an entrance to the overworld. It would take more than one orc to smoke that out. The abysmal evil used the hand of terror to grab several of the creatures that were still completely inexperienced at fighting and threw them onto the spider's nest.
Oké, goed. We moeten een spinnennest kapot maken. En dat moeten we snel proberen. Dus waar hebben we die grote jongens? Hier. Zo, hier, hoppa, vechten jullie. Jij? En nog zo'n grote? Hier, jij. Vechten. Hopsakee. Hak erop los. We gaan gewoon een paar van die gasten hier loslaten. De orks. Hup. Maak het kapot.
The spiders dropped like flies. The strategically well-versed evil patted itself on the back, proud that it had led its troops into battle with such aplomb. And by led, I just simply mean chucking them at the enemy. The basics of a dungeon were now in place. However, the brewery was puny and didn't really have room to store beer barrels in, and the treasury was also anything but impressive in size. Quickly, the expansion-hungry evil set out to enlarge its dungeon.
Oké, we moeten dus de dungeon groter maken. Gaan we doen.
The evil has awoken, but its brothers are still asleep.
Huh? What on earth was that? That's not in my script. What a weirdo. No matter. We'd better get back to concentrating on the dungeon. Oh.
Oké, we moeten de boel uitbreiden. Dus we gooien nog zo'n bierbrouwerij erbij zo. Daar. Bam. Nou, we hebben genoeg goud, hè. Laten we maar eens even naar beneden graven. Hier, doen we niet, jongens. Hup. We gaan even hier naartoe graven. Zo, dat gaan we doen. Deze kant op graven, alsjeblieft. Oké, Snorri is hier bezig nu.
A huge monstrosity loomed out of the darkness on 8 legs. This dungeon's human guards had been ancient history for a long while. Now it was home to a huge spider and her brood. Would Sam and Frodo escape it and continue their journey to Mount Doom, or was this the end of the ring bearer? Hang on a minute, that's not the right text. Where were we? Oh yes, a huge spider, henceforth called the Spider Queen. It would be necessary to eliminate the Spider Queen before the horde could reach the surface. The Spider Queen sent forth a wave of her children. Of course, the ultimate evil was fully aware of this danger and immediately prepared to defend itself against them. At least.
Oké, we hebben even wat van die gasten nodig. Heb ik er nu 3 vast? Ik denk het wel. Hier is ook nog 1. 4. En die andere, 5. Ik wil al die grote gasten deze kant op hebben. Juist. Want we moeten hier wat doen. Vechten met de Spider Queen. Doe! Hop, pak ze. Heb ik dat healing potion nog ergens? Of is dat... Ik weet niet waar het gebleven is.
And another wave of spiders set out to destroy the ultimate evil.
Hop, vernietig de Spider Queen. Doe het. Oh, die is al best sterk. Ja, hier, healing potion. Hopsakee, genezen. Dan krijg ik allemaal van die drankjes uit dus. Ik kan ze hier gewoon loslaten.
The vile perversion, once called the Spider Queen, had nothing more with which she could fight the horde. Later, the sensitive evil would have her innards made into a lava lamp. The way to the surface was open. Now it was time to put those vengeance plans into practice. The vile evil wanted to take this opportunity to utter a really sinister laugh. But unfortunately, its physical state made this unviable. Instead, it asked the narrator to do a bit of sinister laughter on its behalf. Oh well, here goes. Deep breath.
En dat was het. Oké, we gaan door.
Once the ultimate evil had escaped from the depths, still fettered to the throne, it traveled to wreak terrible vengeance on those who had done this, heavily supported by its little snots. The first target was Paladin Robert, now king of the Alliance. He had withdrawn to the quiet surroundings of his hunting lodge. There, he would be the perfect victim.
Oh, dit is zo'n leuk verhaal. Ik zou zo graag doorgaan. Nou, gaan even de video er nog van kijken, maar daarna stop ik wel hoor. Want ik moet omwille van de tijd nu wel stoppen. Maar, man, dit is echt leuk hé. Echt oldschool.
According to scouts, King Robert spent most of his time strolling around his hunting lodge garden, reciting poetry. Soon his poetry would turn into mournful ballads. The vengeful evil thirsted to defeat the Alliance's king and mount his head on the wall as a trophy. Whoops, of course, I really mean that he wanted to take all of King Robert's cookies away. Better play it safe, or the age classification folks will be after me. Before that, however, the ultimate evil had to do a bit of work on the dungeon. Otherwise, it wouldn't be able to fund even a small army made up of a few orcs.
Juist, en dan zijn we weer hier in een nieuwe dungeon die we weer helemaal moeten uitbreiden. En ongetwijfeld kunnen we straks ook verschillende kamers maken. Ja, er zal ontzettend veel te doen zijn, maar dat kan ik natuurlijk nooit allemaal laten zien in de eerste video. Ik vind het wel echt super leuk weer om dit te doen. Echt die oldschool Dungeon Keeper feel heeft dit. Heel erg geinig. Maar goed, ik zet er hier wel een dikke vette punten achter. Ik wil je bedanken voor het kijken. Ik hoop dat je het leuk vond. Ga het zeker even checken. En ik zie je dan dolgraag de volgende keer weer terug. Dit was een eerste indruk van Dungeons 2. Bye bye.